huge amount of stuff that can be done with infiltrating banshees or setting traps and such, which we'll begin to see here with the commando. Once now we're at tier 2. He's got his war truck size, starting to get a little bit more of the map control back. He's got a drain actually. He's got a double drain on Umpire here. However, Umpire tier 2 goes for the warp spiders, gets the aspect out, mobilizes this war truck, and that's going to go down mighty quick thanks to the executioner on the Eldar there. And but however, we're also seeing now we have booby traps on the knob, the KNob, and he's got as well as the shotgun. So I don't know. I like the shotgun for a couple different reasons. One, it does a lot of knockback with its normal shot, contrary to scout shotguns. It does. As far as actual DPS against single units, as his normal shooter, it doesn't do quite as much. We're seeing another warpman. Okay, I think he's calling in. Yes. Okay, so now we see a double call in. Got 2 warp spiders down now for Umpire. And this war truck, I mean, in this case, I think, wow, he already lost one full shooter boy. How did I miss that? He lost a full truck and a shooter boy. So now at tier 2, the Eldar, I mean, just look at the build. He hasn't lost a single unit. He's got, oh, never mind. As I say that, of course, all the Guardians just got completely hammered by these sluggers, and they get cloaked once again. But anyway. What was I gonna say? Right, so now the thing for Tex at this point is now trying to use this. You'll see a lot more commando usage from him. He's got mostly the explosives, or high explosive shells for the shotgun is what he's gonna be using here. Primarily one to knock back the warp spiders because they're so dang mobile. But 2, just getting them knocked down and getting them immobile just for a few seconds, it's hugely useful. Again, we see these burners here just torching the power as far as that goes. However, same thing when you have double warp spiders jump in. There's only so much a sluggus can do, and even these guys were close to full health when they were retreating, and he almost loses the whole squad just off those warp spiders. Interestingly enough, though. Look at overall power consumption. We're at 88 for Tex, and as you can see, he's already going towards tier 3. At this point, he kind of knows Orc tier 2, not too much he's going to be doing. Weird boys, maybe, however, quite fragile, and with so many warp spiders around, there's just so little you can do with that. Between the Exarch's got phase armor on now, I believe, and so we'll see this to good usage as well. Again, Empire has only lost his Guardian squad. Well, we have a shooter boy down and a war truck down. For Tex, we are at 12 minutes, 12:01, 12:02, 12:03. I apologize for somewhat of a longer game here. So just be more work for me editing too. But hey, whatever. It's a good game. It's quite fun to watch. But with Commando, we're now seeing these lovely booby traps pop up all over the place, which that you won't. It's not the equivalent of getting a spore mine, so you're not going to get a full kill. But you'll definitely do really good damage against the weak little pansy Eldar units who, are wearing cardboard for armor, which is painted very nicely, by the way. It's quality cardboard, but cardboard nonetheless. So these booby traps, 1, do a lot of that, and 2, just like I said, the knockback and slowing stuff down when you have half your whole army being able to warp around. That's it's something to look out for. Oh boy, what happens here? Oh right, so we have extra armor on here as well as sluggers inside, but we have a wonderful, nice little bug here. The sluggers were going to pop out and begin axing everything they could, but since it got haywired, the immobility also goes to the units on the inside, so he ends up having to retreat these, and he gets his truck haywired, and I forget, and so now everyone moves into the kill here, as well as getting shurikened, and you're getting meleeed by rangers. You know that's a bad sign when rangers are going up on you. So yeah, this truck is pretty much done for, which is really frustrating because, I mean, well, either way, all those warp spiders, the sluggers would have not been able to make too much of a difference, but in the end, you really hate to see that. They would have been able to get on the rangers at least, and begin to do stuff like that. So that's just kind of aggravating. I'm sure Tex is pissed at this point, but so still haven't seen too much booby trap usage. I mean, we've seen usage, but we haven't seen them go off yet. That'll change here soon. Let's see here. What do we got? Knobs. All right, so knobs pop out. Now the difference here, I don't know. with the double warp spiders, it makes it really hard to warrant going for looted tanks at this point, because one, you know, you have the Banshees out, Haywire, Banshees, you can even put Power Claws on the X-Arc here, and that would be the end of the looted tech. On the other hand, with Nob, you at least have the invulnerability that comes with Mean and Green. You at least have... See, you'll see all these different times. I think that KNob is trying to bait them, the Banshees, into these booby traps. It doesn't quite work at this point anyway. But nonetheless, it's a valiant attempt. Let's see here. Another thing that I think would have been... I mean, the booby traps are great when used really well. You can have multiple ones out, and... One, I would like to see a little bit more aggressive usage of them, though. With the stealth on his Nob, you could have even, instead of extra equipment, gone with stealth. The stealth armor, I think extra camouflage, which in essence just makes, I think it removes the drain of the stealth on the commando, so you can stealth, go set a booby trap on the other side of the map. As you can see now, again, the power form had to get moved by Umpire just so it can get some sort of power up. And once again got found by these, sluggers, not quite. We saw there, if you were watching, Nob's got entangling web cast on him by the X-Arc there. Oh yeah, Commandos, I forgot, we had Commandos is the sneakiest call-in, similar to the Warp Spiders. So Commandos got called in, that's another interesting job there. With the stealth, again, can't really go wrong with them. In this case, with the high damage and the knockback, some of the different grenades for these boys be quite helpful, especially if you're going to be combining them with, what was that, Incendiary? Yeah. Oh, does he get... I think he might get him this time. There we go. Oh, detonate! Thank you. As you can see, doesn't kill, but does knockback, slows things down. Does quite a bit of damage to the Banshees too. So that's where that's really getting helpful there. What was I gonna say? Oh, right. So, again, now we got the phase armor. In this case, it doesn't make too much of a difference. If he may add a D... Oh, never mind. There he goes. Definitely should have retreated those boys. Don't know if he was hoping the commander would get there quicker than Nobs, but just lost the full commando squad. Didn't have to be lost in that case. See another detonation there. Ooh, does he lose the Banshees? He does. Yeah, that's the Banshee squad. Alright, so that's the first squad up. No, that's the second squad kill he's gotten. In general, the entangling webs is a great idea for the Warp Spider there. Between that and the phase armor, he pretty much mobilizes these melee forces. As you can see, the orc ranged aren't really doing their job against the spiders. So, going with Nobs here, and the only way they can really stop melee is making sure they don't get into the fight there. There's a cloak on these Shurikens. Oh, does he lose his Nob? He really shouldn't. I hope he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Okay, barely. In come the Nobs. We have a nice little flank there. But yeah, the thing with the Nobs is they have the invulnerability, so that's pretty much all they got going for them. They got their frenzy going on here. And of course, once they close with any Eldar unit, they're done for. Eldar not having he's not even going for tier 3. Wow, geez, Umpire is floating like crazy. He's got 900 rec and 275 power. That's ridiculous. That's insane. Even with all that power harassment. Yeah, he could definitely be going. I guess, is he just using for res, or what's that all going towards? Because let's see here, he just lost his Shuriken platform. In case you didn't see that. But okay, I was going for another Banshee squad. Probably combination of the phase armor really works best with a melee squad being able to catch up. Especially if that particular squad is really good at chasing stuff down, as the Banshees are. So popping the phase armor while the Nobs are retreating, and then taking the Banshees on them with high damage. Normally Banshees get wailed on by the Nobs, but if they can't fight back, then the Banshees will do quite a bit of damage to them. So that'll be ugly, nice and slaughterific there. And now we see a Falcon coming out. I saw this and couldn't help but wonder if they'd be better served by going for. There's another really nice high explosive shot there. If Umpire would have been better served going for a tier 3 at this point and getting out fire prisms. Because I can't really think of, he's a tier 3, Nobs are out. I couldn't really come up with a legitimate, he just gets wailed on here. I don't think, I don't really know what he was going for with the Falcon. if you're maybe going to use it as a transport, but in this case the only units out are knobs and the commando, as the transport would be useful only in getting to the commando, because you're not going to transport your banshees right into the knobs, because then you'll be losing both of them. So I don't know. I didn't really know what to make of the Falcon there. I think it would have been better going tier 3, or even getting like an Avatar at this point. All he's got is these knobs, and with this